in all seriousness, so I say around the world that I owe this to Kiyama Shihan and I owe it to Roy. This is the only training that I've had that changed me from being a meathead. Everybody knows the stories, I told it over and over, but to really getting deeply involved in the soft arts. So I left a series of circumstances I wound up leaving, but I continued to shugyo. But in my mind, I never stopped doing Daitoji. I never stopped doing Aiki. We got together. Everybody can feel him now? Yes? Soft? Yes?
Yes.
My question is, can you see the marriage?
Yes.
Can you now see the classic tradition, but then how do we finish? How I take that soft fill of the hand, all those soft movements, and bring them into more martial, combative applications. But both of us feel we are representatives and deeply owe a debt of gratitude to Kiyama Shihan. My opinion, he's the finest exponent of Aiki that I've ever felt, that I've known. And he's a master technician of also being able to use it in a full-on galloping fight. He's just amazing. As I was saying, he's like the wind. You grab him, you're on the floor. You grab him, you're upside down. Now remember, he's raised judo champions. He himself's a high-level judo practitioner. He knows when you're really deep in it what to do. Not just a classical tradition, but in a full-on competition or sparring. So that was my version to try to show you what I did with Aiki from Kiyama Shihan.
I sort of feel that he is, in my opinion, like, the best living individual to do Daitoji. I felt a lot of the Shihans in Daitoji, a lot of them. When I felt Kiyama Shihan, it was like putting my hand in the socket. I've worked with him for 35 years. Every time it's an adventure. And I just feel that because he's hidden under the leaves and quiet and things, and he's never out there, his dream and what he practices is shugyo. And all he asks is for people to follow that shugyo path. And both Harden sensei and myself have worked hard to develop as best the shugyo is, but we want to work harder. And we'll always work harder. It's just a path that never stops. But I'm getting emotional because Kiyama Shihan to me is an instructor, a friend, a father. It doesn't stop. It's been 30 some odd years. And like Dan Sensei, I sort of feel that everything that I do comes from him. Not a doubt.
I have not touched him in 16 years. Imagine the pull of that man, that he's completely driven everything that I do in my martial pursuits. Imagine he had that much of an effect on me.
So we have like a lot of years of training and trying to get this beautiful art back to the way it used to be a while ago. But it takes a tremendous amount of shugyo, and it takes a relentless individuals that just, no matter how frustrating it is, keep training, keep training, keep training. And knowing that you will fail in techniques, and keep training and keep training. And failure is not a bad thing. It allows you to grow and keep training and keep training and keep training. And
May I say? So,
sure,
we have began, I don't know if it's on the table. So we have begun a new adventure. We want to take the classical traditions and the classical techniques to practice Aiki. We want to take the martial tradition and a free-form way to practice Aiki. And as we feel, bring it back to what it used to be.
correct. And the seminar name is perfect.
Aiki, two sides of the same coin.
And I have to give Sensei Harden the credit for finding that name, because it really is. And you saw through the seminar, the softness within the atemis, right? The techniques, the softness, and the similarities, you can't deny. You just can't deny it. It's all soft, all elbow power. Everything is just go. It's probably, in my opinion, one of the, if not the hardest empty hand martial art to learn than anything.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Frustrating as could be.
It's consumed my life.
And yes, and I have to say, Dan Sensei has gone through his life training and has not gotten any recognition for what he's done. And it hurts me because after so many years working with him, so many years him working with me, that he'll go around saying I'm nothing. Well, we all know that that's not true. And he's been doing Daikiryu with me for so long. The idea that he's not training in Daikiryu, and obviously the computer nonsense, which we don't get involved with, questions and doubts, and the bottom line is, we just keep training. Anybody else could keep talking.
And nobody knew.
Yes.
They pulled it off.
So I think that kind of training, that kind of figuring out, kind of constantly polishing, as Kiyama Shihan would say, polish. And it's just something that we have to do, we feel we have to do, inside us. And Kiyama Shihan once said to me, Goldberg, you have entered the door. There's no way back. And I'm sort of happy about that, you know? And I try to find Aiki and Daikiryu in everything I do. Everything I do. In fact, it doesn't always make my wife happy. So anyway, guys, I just want everybody to understand that this beautiful art, which I think is the only internal Japanese empty hand art that ever was, and I will continue training. Sensei will continue training. It's just work. And you guys have done that. So I have to, first of all, thank you.